See Tacoma City Ballet's renowned blockbuster neoclassical ballet, Carmina Burana, February the 11th and 12th at 2 p.m. in the glorious Pantages Theatre, with PLU Choral Union, Vivace Treble Choir, soloists, and the Tacoma City Ballet Orchestra under the direction of Maestro Bernard Quirin. For tickets, visit TacomaCityBallet.com.
Well, good morning and welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have Tacoma City Ballet in the house and Tacoma Opera at the same time. So buckle up and let's get into it. Erin Saragioli, you are the Executive Director and Artistic Director of Tacoma City Ballet. Hello, my love.
Good morning.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
And you brought with you this very handsome man who can raise one eyebrow at a time.
Yeah.
Can we get that on camera?
You bet.
Let's see if we're doing that. I don't know if we can get it on camera or not. That's pretty impressive. Lamel Forgery, you are the General Manager of Tacoma Opera. Welcome. I was not here when you first came on Cityline. I was out ill that day. So this is my first time having you on the comfy couch. And man, did we do a great job picking you.
My mom says so too.
Oh, well, there we go. It's always good when your mom throws in a vote of affection and validation. Those moms, you know, you never know. Miss Erin, let's talk about, because we're going to talk about Carmina Burana, which is one of my favorite pieces of music. It is up there with like Sleeping Beauty and one of my favorite songs, Begin the Begin. It just is. So, Miss Erin, we recognize Tacoma City Ballet because Nutcracker is everywhere. And you have just come off of Nutcracker, but you've also produced and also written other ballets for the Pantages Theater. Tell us about some of the other productions that you are really proud of. Because you're proud of all of them, but there's some doozies.
Well, this season, we just finished Nutcracker, and we will be doing Carmina Burana in the Pantages Theater. And then we will follow up 6 weeks later to do Pinocchio, the ballet, which is, again, an original Tacoma City Ballet production.
Yes. Okay, I want to ask our production booth to go back to that poster. Just the first poster. That is you in the poster, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, because you told me before we got on the air, actually you told me.
Someone told me.
Someone told me that is you in the poster, and oh my God. And so this answers the question, did Miss Erin ever really dance? Which nobody ever asked that question because we know better. Yes, Miss Erin was and is still a prima. Let's talk about what is Carmina Burana about if people don't know and don't know the music and maybe have never watched Excalibur.
Well, Carmina Burana was written by Carl Orff in 1936, I believe. But he had obtained manuscripts that were written by Benedictine monks and scholars and people who wandered around in the 13th century.
And we're showing video as you talk about.
So it's an oratorio, and it's in Latin and
Old German.
German and smatterings of Frankish, I believe.
Yes.
So it all sounds, you know, what they're saying. If you knew what they were saying, they're singing about wine, women, and
It's bawdy.
yeah. Those are the, but it sounds not like that.
It sounds spiritual and religious.
Yes. Well, the tone, the idea is that, you know, we are controlled by fate.
Yes.
And so in my ballet, you see the dancer that is wearing black is Lady Fortune.
Oh, there we go.
And this is red, this is love. As a matter of fact, that is Carolyn Gwinnett, who is the daughter
of Miss Erin coming up in our next segment.
Of your next segment.
And
yes.
here we are in the black. You talked
and
about
this is black, so she's Lady Fortune. and she controls everything, and the boys are mankind, and the girls are colors, which are everything that happens to us in nature. So there's the violets, the maidens, love, white is purity, peacock is beauty. There's all the forces, the four seasons of nature.
Oh.
So they're the colors, the things that happen to mankind, and the boys represent mankind.
This is breathtaking. Lemuel, how did this collaboration with Tacoma City Ballet come about?
Well, Tacoma City Ballet, I believe, is really the tent pole that holds all of the arts organizations together in our community, honestly. And as I began my new tenure with Tacoma Opera, I realized that I'm part of a new chapter.
Yes.
But Aaron really is part of a greater book. And so as our board turned the page, and after we had the retirement of our beloved Noel, who served the opera so well for many years, there was a bit of time between general managers, and the board was sort of formulating what to do next. And Erin reached out her hand and said, I want to use this opportunity to support the opera. We can use Carmina as a fundraiser, and as the opera revisions its future, I want to be there to help and support you. And that's really speaks to her character.
Gee, that's all?
Yeah.
Miss Erin dreams in collaboration and partnership. I swear when you wake up, you probably have like 3 or 4 organizations that you saw in your dream that you're going to reach out to, because you are known for those collaborations. Now, Tacoma Opera, I think beautiful voices. So let's talk about who are the soloists that will be performing in Carmina Burana.
Well, just like the ballet, the music in Carmina is very challenging, extremely difficult. So we have the incredible soprano Anna Gallivan, who has to sing at just stratospheric heights. We have DJ Jordan, again, a baritone of just high regard, who has to sing high B natural, which is 1/2 step above the highest tenor part that's really sung on stage.
Wow.
And then we have the incomparable Robert McPherson, who will be singing one of the most difficult arias of all time, which is the narrative of a goose that's being cooked.
Yep.
Just,
Absolutely.
they're incredible singers, and we're so proud to represent them.
And I have to tell you, from just watching the video, Erin and Lemuel, that the dancing is just hypnotic and mystic. But then when you add voices to it on stage, that's a full meal deal. Game's over. If that's the last thing you see on this earth, you are lucky.
You're one of the luckiest people on the earth if you see this production.
Absolutely.
Truly.
So, Miss Erin, Tacoma City Ballet, as I said, provides a first-class theatrical experience. Other ballet companies may use pre-recorded sound because live music is very expensive and we have to always think about the production budget. But you insist upon live music. I know it's a full orchestra. Who are you going to treat us to?
Well, Tacoma City Ballet has been so blessed to have Maestro Bernard Quirum, and we've been working with him, I want to say, since 2015. And so he has put together the Tacoma City Ballet Orchestra.
Perfect.
And it is composed of all of the musicians, our wonderful professional musicians who play for Symphony Tacoma, Northwest Sinfonietta, all of the musical organizations. And so it will be a full orchestra for Carmina. And sometimes Carmina has only been done with 2 pianos and percussion.
I could see that.
But we're using a full orchestra, and we have the Pacific Lutheran University Choral Union.
Now, you didn't tell me that. That's where you bring in
Singing.
the angel chorus.
Yes, and we also have the Vivace Treble Choir, which is the children's chorus.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
ragazzi, the children are singing. And so the children will be up in the box seats of the Pantages.
Oh, the sound.
And the chorus is on stage behind the dancers, and then the soloists come out and stand on the stage and sing with the dancers dancing on the stage.
Now, you could just close your eyes and miss all the beautiful poetry and athleticism of ballet and just have an amazing audio experience. But when you add the dancers to all of it and the sound and the Pantages, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. When Miss Erin came to you for this collaboration, what did you think?
Well, Miss Aaron came to the board before I was brought on board as new general manager, but when the board was telling me about their season, there was something very special that jumped out at me when they talked about Carmina. And after you meet Aaron, you think, how could such an angel live on this earth? Really, honestly. She just represents everything that is both collaborative and this driving desire to succeed with excellence. So when you talk about full orchestra, when you talk about excellent singers, when you talk about excellent dancing and fantastic aerial work, it's just, it all fits within the auspice of who Aaron is, Tacoma City Ballet, and likewise Tacoma Opera. It's a very natural collaboration. I think when you talk about the arts in general, both ballet and opera are sort of sisters.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly.
They are better together.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely is right. And when I think about the collaborations you've done, I mean, one of the ones that comes to mind, Chihuly. They did beautiful costumes. He did costumes for you.
Yeah, he painted
so
the costumes.
you are always in collaboration and partnership mode. And I love that. I never know where you are going to show up next. I kind of have an idea that one of these times I'm going to walk into Point Defiance and I'm going to see ballerinas in Point Defiance doing something.
We used to dance at Zubilee.
See, there we go. Okay, I'm not wrong then. So let's talk about for Tacoma Opera, since you are new at the helm, what is the next production after this?
Right, so we're premiering a new work by Gregory Utz, and it's entitled Tacoma Method. It's about the 1885 violent expulsion.
Yes.
And we are so overjoyed to be presenting this new work and telling the story in real time to contemporary audiences. And the next season, we're going back to Grand Opera, including Carmen, Streetcar Named Desire, and Tales of Hoffman. So great things coming up. Big, big opera. Return to Grand Opera for us.
Oh, I love that. Because if opera is anything, it better be grand. Miss Aaron, last few minutes, who do we need to thank for all of this beautiful poetry and majesty?
Well, I always have to thank the Pantages Theater, ASM Global, who is doing a fabulous job managing. I have to thank all of my fellow artisans, Maestro Quirum especially, Salvatore Lucenti, who builds the sets.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to all the choirs, thanks to my new partner in crime here.
Your peanut butter, your jelly.
And to IATSE Local 15, who does all of the work in the theater. And most of all, I like to thank the audience, because without the audience, there isn't any reason for us to exist.
That's just, I mean, I know how it feels when you are done as an artist and you walk out on that stage and people are jumping out of their seats clapping. Yeah. It is something I've never experienced before and you can't replicate, but this combination is definitely going to secure that outcome. So I'm not going to say break a leg, because that's not a thing you say to a ballet mistress. But I did used to know out of the wolf's mouth, I used to know that when I sang, how do you say it?
Bocca al lupo.
There it is. And that's the thing that we say in opera. Both of you, I can't wait to see what you do past this. I mean, this is going to be huge, and it's the first of many. So thank you for your vision, your passion, your generosity, and your good sense to say yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We have much more to come on Cityline. When we come back, the other Miss Aaron will be on the comfy couch, here to talk about Tacoma Refugee Choir. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.